Hey, Paul here for Retro Gaming Arts, and I'm almost done doing this Mega Amp install. And for this particular one, the diagram doesn't show where 5 volt is or ground or anything. And it's because it's kind of like you should be able to figure that out. But I was like, what if somebody doesn't know how to figure that out? Make a video. So here what we're going to do is I'm going to use a multimeter to find where to wire power to the Mega Amp on this particular mod. So here we have our multimeter, and everyone's different. You're gonna have some have more, some have less. It all depends on your multimeter. But when you're searching for power, what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to set it to one of the voltage settings. And now, for like instance, mine it has AC voltage, and then also it has DC voltage. So we're gonna be using the DC voltage setting. So we have it on that. You have a little. Yours button may be different, but the range, so you can select where the decimal is. We're just going to plug in our Mega Amp or our Sega Genesis. And obviously, whenever you plug in any sort of electronic component, you got to be very careful, because if you touch certain things on it while it's plugged in, that's how you get electrocuted. So you be careful. And we're going to power it on, and we're just going to one of these grounding points on the side of the board is we're just going to touch one of those. And then just to show an example, so here we have where power comes in on the back. So we're just going to touch the positive lead on the, and there you go. So you have your 12 volts coming in. Now I'm going to touch the voltage regulator on the 12 volt side, where power comes into the voltage regulator on this pin. The middle pin is ground, and then the out pin is your 5 volts. So what we're looking for the Mega Amp is the Mega Amp runs on 5 volts. So we're looking for a nice place to solder 5 volt to. And honestly, well, that's pretty much it. You just set your multimeter to the correct setting, ground one side, and then you sort of just touch around and see what you can find. Like right here, we found 5 volt. Pretty much if we touch any one of these capacitors, we're gonna find 5 volt. But it has, multimeter has a lot more uses than that. So right here, like let's say I wanna do a really short wire, or I wanna do a wire coming from somewhere this area. I can use the multimeter to find alternate points for 5 volts. Probably just end up pulling it from this capacitor right here, or one of these ones right here. Oh, that's the ground side. Well, that's actually another really awesome aspect of the multimeter, is you can also find ground. For instance, let's say the LED, you wanted to know which side was positive and which was negative. Well, there's actually a tiny little diagram right here that will tell you which one is which. So it doesn't really, maybe it's not the best example, but hey, it's still a good example, because we're going to do it. So we're just going to touch the grounding pad over here, and then we're going to touch both legs of the LED. And this one, we get nothing on the multimeter, so we're going to touch the other one, and then that's how we find out that it's a 3 volt LED. And we also found out that that one was power. So as you see, it's really, really simple. It's just turn it on, get it on the correct setting, ground, and then poke around with this one to find power. Also, you can do continuity, which is just to see if whatever you have is connected. So since we just did this Mega Amp, we're going to switch it over to continuity. And then for your continuity setting, there would typically be like a little speaker style symbol that you can turn it to. That will be your little buzzer, because it beeps. So this is actually really cool, because you can go and you can say, okay, this point right here, I want to see if it's connected to the Mega Amp. And I don't even know which one this point is. And it's this one. It's buzzing, so that means it's connected. And it's cool, like, so like this little capacitor right here, you got continuity to that resistor, this resistor, this resistor because they're all connected right in there. So it's nice. This capacitor has continuity, obviously. So yeah, so those are some of the uses for, so that's why it's really good to have a multimeter handy. I mean, it seems really, really easy, and it is, but it's a really good tool to just have while you're working on things, to double check your work, or to really help you out and help you find something, you know, because what if that capacitor that you think is 5 volt actually isn't? You know what I mean? So you get to check it. So in addition to just finding it, you also get to see the actual amount that it is. So speaking of which, I'm gonna go and I'm going to finish up this mega amp, and I'm gonna connect 5 volt and ground. So thank you guys very much for watching. If there's anything else that you would like to know, leave it in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video about it. I know this one was very, very simple and very basic, but hey, what if somebody doesn't know? That's the point. So thank you guys very, very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.